What's up, guys? Mason the Brock Henderson here, and continuing with my new part of the channel. This is going to be the Ghostbusters trailer review. Um, yeah, this one may not go as well as the first one. Uh, so, just gonna go ahead and lay something out really fast. Um, there are some people that like and dislike this trailer for certain reasons involving the gender of the main characters. I am not one of those people. I I could personally care less if it's all male cast, if it's all female cast. Either way, who really cares? I kind of actually like the idea of, okay, so we've already had a Ghostbusters movie with all men. Why not try it with all women? It's an interesting idea. Let's see how it goes. But unfortunately, everybody turned it into a sexist issue, and the feminists are like, yeah, power to the women, and the people who are well, not anti-feminists, but anti-feminazis are, like, oh, this is just those women trying to put down the men and get. I don't care. I really don't. I just looking at it from a trailer point of view, from what is this saying about the movie? Didn't like it all too much. Overall, just kind of disappointed. And first, I'm going to talk about the good stuff because there were a few good things in this. The first one is kind of like I've heard it used actually as a bad thing, which I do understand. But the opening is generally is good. They have the Ghostbusters theme playing on the piano. It's kind of creepy, kind of mysterious, and they have the title 30 years ago. 4 men stepped up and saved the world from ghosts. That whole thing. But the reason that it's not used as a good thing by some people is because it does kind of make it seem like, ooh, is this a sequel? Ooh, is this part of the same universe? And they've already said, no, this is a hard reboot, not connected at all to the first movies. And to that I say, why? It's one thing to say this is a hard reboot, not connected at all to the first movies, and it's another thing entirely to talk about at the beginning of your trailer, like the first movie happened before this, and this is happening after those movies. It just, what are you trying to say? You're confusing me now. Now I want to think that this could be, what if this is in the future? What if Bill Murray and his team are in the movie somewhere? What if this new cast turns to the old cast for help? What could they do with that? That would be so interesting. But they've already said no. So it's kind of disappointing, but despite what the words say, the little theme is pretty good. And on top of that, they do have the Ghostbusters theme, and it maybe a little bit more like techno than usual, but it's nice to hear. Just because, who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. A couple other good moments. There was one funny part that actually did make me genuinely laugh. It's when they're all like lining up to go, and then Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig's character are just like, all right, let's go, at like similar times, and just like, oh, okay, next time you. It was kind of funny to see. That's what I want to see. That type of humor, the quirky kind of humor, like they don't really know who's gonna say let's go, who's really the leader here. Oh well, maybe it's you. No, you. Okay, we'll figure that out later. That was kind of funny. And the other, this is another one just like the beginning that is kind of good, kind of bad. The what's her name? Holtzman, I think, is her character's name. I can't remember the name of the actress playing her, but it's, you got Melissa McCarthy, you got Kristen Wiig, you got Leslie Jones, and you got the fourth one who hasn't been talked about as much. Well, she has, but not her name as much. She's the one that her name didn't sound familiar when I heard it. Honestly, watching her at first, I was like, I'm excited to see her. Like, I've never seen her before. I knew Kristen Wiig, I knew Melissa McCarthy, kind of knew Leslie Jones a little bit. She looked familiar. But this girl I'd never heard of, I'd never seen her before. And watching her at the beginning, like her facial expressions, the way that she moves, it was kind of like, I'm excited to see her performance because it looks really, really interesting. It looks out there, and that's kind of what I want to see in a Ghostbusters movie from at least one of the characters. But at the same time, the scene where Kristen Wiig's in the she's walking by all of the mannequin heads, and then this girl, she's there with the wig and the hat on, and she's like, "Too much, isn't it? Is it the hat or is it the wig?" That delivery just it sounded like it was supposed to be funny. Like they stopped the music. It was all silent for that line. Like it was supposed to be really funny, and it really wasn't. And I don't know if it was her delivery or if it was just a poorly written line, but it just didn't catch. So there were promising moments from her, and there were also a couple moments where I'm just like, eh. Like her licking the guns didn't really make me laugh too much. But she did have moments that were interesting. Now on to the bad stuff. There were just a couple scenes that made me feel like you're trying too hard. You really are trying too hard. The one where Melissa McCarthy's like doing all of the, you're really good at engineering, you're really good at biophysics, whatever. Just their reactions. Like whenever she says Kristen Wiig's character is good at biophysics something, and she's standing in front of that whiteboard, and she goes, and they do the gun clicking sound, like that was cheesy. And then Melissa McCarthy like puts her hand on something right after that, and it's like, tss, that was hot. I'm like, that was also very cheesy. Like it just the jokes did not catch very well. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Let me backtrack. One more good thing. The ghosts do look really good. And you kind of expect that because the CGI has gotten a lot better since the first movies. So, you do expect the ghosts to look really good, but there were some very interesting designs in this. I mean, the one that really just wowed me was whenever they're standing in the middle of the street and there's like this really tall one like stepping over them, and the angle that it was shooting at was just like, whoa, like it was just really cool to see. So I don't know why I missed that, but yeah, that's another good thing. The design of the ghosts, the CGI looks really good. But yeah, back to the bad stuff. Jokes didn't catch very well. A couple moments that just felt forced in to kind of make it seem like, remember guys, Ghostbuster stuff, like, at the very beginning, her talking to the ghost and then it slimes her. They've actually got one of Slimer from the first one, I think that's his name. He's in this, from what I've heard, like watching reviews of this or watching people talk about it, he's supposed to be like the main ghost behind it all. And then on top of that, they have what's his name? Crap. I don't want to say the wrong actor because I feel like I know this guy. Anyway, when they're talking about, these ghosts can possess anyone, they've got this really like good-looking guy walking into the room. I'm just like, are they really gonna do this? Like, it's one thing to have a Ghostbusters movie with all women. It's another thing to have this horrible cliche where your main characters are women, and then you throw in this hot guy to have them like gush over. Like I don't want to see that. It's just really, really frustrating cliche that I've seen so many times. But I think the biggest problem I have though with this whole trailer, the biggest problem I have is that final moment. It is supposed to be the big one. Like you're saving up all your stuff in this trailer. You're saving up the final moment. What was the biggest moment in the Civil War trailer? The Spider-Man moment. It was at the very end. They saved it for the very end. And not that it's always really done well. I mean, the X-Men Apocalypse, the final big moment was the door opens and Xavier's bald now. It was kind of like, ooh, he's bald. This one, they were trying to save up for one final, like, supposed to be really funny joke. Melissa McCarthy's character gets possessed by a ghost. She picks up the girl whose name I don't remember, throws her out the window. Leslie Jones is like, no, catches her, and Melissa McCarthy's under her. She turns her head all the like 180, and she's like, "The devil is a liar." I'm just like, please don't do this. And then Leslie Jones brings them all back in, and then slaps the ghost out of her. And the ghost clearly flies out of her. And Melissa McCarthy's like, "Oh, that's gonna leave a mark." And she's like, "The power of pain compels you." Smack. And I'm just like, this does not work for 4 very important reasons. One, it makes it look like Leslie Jones is just going to be, her character's not going to be anything other than just joke fodder. And fodder is probably not the right word, but she is just there because whenever you're having a haunting movie, it's always fun to have a black person that freaks out over everything. That's what she seems like she's going to be, and I don't want that for one of my main characters. I don't mind having a side character like that, but having a main character who's just there to freak out over every supernatural thing is going to get annoying very fast. 2, the fact that this scene just doesn't make any sense at all. The fact that she slaps her and the ghost clearly flies out, and then she slaps her again because comedy? 3, the delivery of the line is just not just the delivery, the whole line is just wrong. Because they're very clearly trying to make a joke. The Exorcist, the power of Christ compels you, the power of pain compels you. It's not funny. It's a stupid joke. And her delivery is just bad. It's one thing to have somebody slap somebody else, that can be funny, but the way that she delivers the line, "The power of pain compels you," it's not funny. It takes away the humor. If it was, "The power of pain compels you," that would have actually been a bit funnier. But the way she does it, not funny at all. And then finally, the fact that that unfunny line now makes the slap unfunny. Because just think about like a badass moment for a second. Like picture one of the action characters in a movie, yippee-ki-yay, mother effer. Picture a line like that, except now, whenever he says the line, it's "ponies and unicorns, mother effer." It's not badass anymore. Same thing here. That line, if you do not deliver it right, if you do not have the right joke, it's not funny anymore. And so now, the physical humor is now not funny. So it just makes me really worried for this movie in general. If they have moments like this, I'm worried. So anyway, that's my opinion on it. Let me know down below what you think. In the comments, do you agree, disagree? What are your opinions? Please keep all of the stupid, sexist stuff off of this. I don't give a crap about the gender. I want to see a good movie. And leave a like and subscribe for more trailer reviews. I'll see you at the next one. Peace out.